What it is, baby. It's been a minute since I spoke to y'all. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. It's good to see everybody again. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Today we're going to be looking into what's in flow and what gotta go. First, I'm going to start out by checking your energy and see what's the vibe real quick. Then we're going to see what's in flow and what gotta go in reference to this intention setting that's about to happen on the 25th. There's a new moon in Cancer. During that time, you want to pay close attention to your emotions because they're going to be telling you things. Right now, what we're going to do is get into a little bit of that opening vibe and let you know which way the energy is flowing to give you the message that Spirit want to give you today. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please comment. I'd love to hear from y'all. And let's get into it. So the first energy I pulled right here was the full moon in Capricorn. And that's the end of a tough cycle approaching for you guys. Some of you may have been going through a back and forth about whether or not you wanted to stay with the job. Some of you might have just left the job. Some of you, Capricorn really talks about work ethic, routine, things of that nature. So that energy kind of gives getting down to earth, getting grounded, really giving everything a good assessment and being realistic about your expectations with things at this time. This talks about a professional project ending. This talks about maybe having a feeling of hopelessness. That's going to come to an end. You're about to be able to move through any of those feelings at this time. And instead of being in a mood of sulking or replaying negative events, Spirit is really asking you to use this time instead to just take care of yourself, nurture your nervous system. By the time this video comes out, it's going to be the new moon in Gemini. No, it's going to be the waning crescent moon in Gemini. I'm already in new moon energy. We just had the new moon in Gemini, hence the reason why it's the new moon in Cancer at this point. But this waning crescent moon in Gemini really gives the energy of being lighthearted, being communicative, maybe wanting to have a desire to talk to people, talk things out, but you also might be combating low energy. So you have a natural on the planet scattered energy. And parts of you may feel like you want to just lay low, chill, and let everything unfold. Part of you feel like you want to get out here and just go do whatever, because Gemini energy really is about doing whatever. I would know, I'm a Gemini. We do whatever, but we learn eventually. We do learn eventually. But going out here just exploring, you know what I mean? It's a time of personal growth, a time of really going inside yourself and looking at your mental processes and how your emotions are tied into how you view something, how you perceive things. And at this time, Spirit is saying, instead of spending time in a feeling, making a plan, that Capricorn energy, taking the energy that you just either walked away from or making a decision to walk away from, taking that energy that it took, that self-empowerment and everything, and just going inside yourself and making a plan for your future, which is the perfect energy for the fact that we're about to be in a new moon, which is where you set intention. So it's all about making space for growth through going inside yourself and finding out what's in flow and what gotta go, what's really working for your life at this time. The general overall energy for the collective is one of internal exploration. This is the card of internal explorer. That's what all of us are right now. And that's the perfect energy for when this video comes out, which will be that Gemini moon, because Gemini is all about exploration. That's why we be doing whatever, because we want to see what's going on. We want to learn stuff. Everything we do, everything we experience turns into a story, turns into something we can share with other people, and we really like that. We're really a sociable sign, and we also like to be clever. So the more you know, the more you get to, make different maneuvers and things. And that's perfect energy for making plans, but you want to tie that into how you feel. Not to say you want to let your feelings take you to a place of, well, I feel like I don't want to do nothing, so that's what I'm going to do. No, but allow yourself to remember what it feels like to be in a state of flow. That's really what this internal exploration is about. What's going to get me in a state of flow where everything in my life I have access to everything in me, all the resources around me? How can I cultivate abundance that's going to put me in flow? How can I go and explore deep within myself and really see what it is that my higher self is calling for me to create in my life during this new moon energy that's coming up. That's the kind of exploration you want to do. Journaling will be a good thing to do right now. So that's really the opening energy. And then we're going to get into these 3 questions that I got for you guys, which is basically what's in flow, what's got to go, and what is your happiness going to lead you to. What's the 10 of cups for you? I just really feel the need of using the 10 of cups as a point of reference, because it seems as though with this energy, what we're doing is going inside and making space so we can have our 10 of cups, all of us collectively. How can we get in flow with the 10 of cups that we all want to manifest? So for Scorpio, for you, the first thing I got was, what's the next best step that you can take? So we're going to go ahead and get into that question with the tarot. If you haven't already, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. Well, first, actually, I've almost forgot. Hit the like button, yes. Hit the subscribe button, yes. But first, let's get into your overall energy at the moment. Because this energy here asks of you, Scorpio, where are you vibrationally today? How are you vibing? Basically asking how you feeling today, Scorpio. How's everything going for Scorpio during the time they receive this message? How does Scorpio feel? What's their vibe? What's Scorpio's vibe? How is Scorpio feeling vibrationally right now? How is Scorpio feeling vibrationally? Scorpio Collective. How are they feeling vibrationally? Okay. Fantasyland. Make sure everyone involved is being realistic and on the same page. This full moon in Capricorn energy also most certainly talks about, because I be trying to, so before I start talking about love and relationships, I be trying to see if we can get to another story, another vibe, because golly. But earlier today I did learn why Spirit chose to use relationships to get to us, because it truly is the way that we learn as a soul how to evolve and move forward. Something in love triggers us. It's the thing we feel the deepest, and Spirit will use a relationship to teach us something. So your vibe right now is that you want to be on the same page with someone. You want to make sure that you and that person have the same vibe. You want to make sure that in whatever situation this is, whether it's a job, you want to make sure that it matches you vibrationally. If it's a relationship, you want to make sure that it matches you vibrationally. Wherever you're at, wherever you're comfortable being you in this moment, you want whatever you do to match you, and you want to match it in a state of flow. You just want it to just go together. You want the pieces to all fall together. If something ended, you want whatever comes next to come in the same kind of flow as the thing you had, but maybe with a new twist, a new spin, something fresh, something where you can really just come alive and see this new version of yourself that's trying to emerge. That's what that energy is really giving. So that's a great energy to be in, and it's perfect because, like I said, Gemini is really an analytical, sign, and we really like to focus on the whys and the bottom of. I think that's why Gemini and Scorpio really can have some of the most profound conversations, because we'll keep going into it until we get into it. Intuition. I know. It might have been corny. I'm gonna roll with it. So right now, what's in flow for you is you're in the energy of the moon, because it says, what's the next best step for me to take? That's where you are. You're thinking about, you want to know that whatever it is that you're dealing with, whether it's relationship, whether it's work, whether it's family relationship, you want to make sure that whatever energy you're in matches the energy of what you're manifesting into your life at this time. And right now, you're in flow with the energy that moves you, which is the moon, that water sign. You're in flow with your own sign, which is endings and beginnings. So if something ended, something new is coming right around the corner. So make space. So since you want to know, your soul came here to see what's the next best step the Scorpio Collective can take at this time. The next best step to make sure everybody on the same page. Ooh. You got the Hangman. as your next best step. The Hangman. To me, that energy is so perfect to explain so many things about what you might be experiencing during this waning crescent moon in Gemini. The Hangman energy is all about perspective. It's about sacrifice. It's about stillness. The next best step for you to make at this time, according to your own soul, your highest consciousness. Your highest consciousness, Scorpio, is asking you to relax and release. The energy on Gemini also can come across as scattered, like I was telling you, with that feeling of wanting to go, wanting to do, wanting to be on the scene, but also probably equally matched with this low energy. You know, one time I heard somebody say that we look at the word depressed in a negative way. We could break it down and look at it as deep rest. That's what the Hangman is, deep rest. Because within that rest, you're going to find what it is that really you want, what you need to let go of, what you need to change your perspective on. Maybe you can change your perspective on how an ending happened, or maybe you can change your perspective on how a relationship didn't work out or did work out, or how you handled yourself in certain situations. This is a time of reflection. Really a time of reflection, really a time for you to go inside and look at how your mental processes are working in flow with your emotions right now. You might have increased mental activity and you might get distracted easily, but stay the course. Your spirit, your soul is asking you to hang back right now in this time. So that's real profound and that's really perfect. Your next best step is to chill, and in that time, work with your mind and your emotions and how you're viewing things, Scorpio. It's going to do you some good. It will. It's going to do you some good. Tell me, what is it? What's got to go for the Scorpio collective? So in that, you have, how can I attract more ease and abundance? So clearly, your spirit wants to answer for you what you can let go of to attract more ease and abundance in your life. Abundance is not always financial, but it's a sense of security, as in, I want an apple, and you open your refrigerator and there's an apple. You are abundant because there's someone somewhere who can't open their own refrigerator. You have abundance, perspective shift. So it could be that in this time, you start to reframe what you see as happiness, what you see as abundance, what you value. If you just lost a job or a position, what do you value? Your spirit wants to show you a different way to look at reclaiming your time instead of looking at it like you lost something. So, message. What does Scorpio need to let go of in order to get in the flow of ease and abundance? That's real serious. So, because it's the Fool, that's why it's so serious. King of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. In due time, you're going to return to the wheel of activity with a higher perspective, more sure and more ready to take action. But right now, Spirit's saying what you can do is let go and leap. Take a leap of faith. Jump in. Don't think hard about this next step. Don't think too hard about it. You know, if you want to attract a life of ease and abundance, you have to take on the attitude of an innocent child. You have to free yourself. You have to be willing to leap. You can look, and that's what this Hangman time is about. The Hangman time is about you stepping back and thinking about what you want, reframing, so you're not leaping from a place of pain. You're not leaping from a place of inexperience or naivety, but rather you're leaping from a place of, I really don't know what's getting ready to happen, but whatever happens, I'm trusting the universe. I'm trusting the higher power that whatever's happening is working out for me. So if I want to attract that, I have to be that. If I want to attract freedom, if I want to attract the feeling of being able to just experience life at this point, what I need to do is let go of anything that's stopping me from taking that leap. What might be stopping Scorpio from taking that leap? What are they What's in the shadows of this Fool card is what I feel like I need to ask. Because that's what you need to know. What's stopping Scorpio from taking this leap? Did you not hear me just say, don't think about it too hard? And what comes out in the shadow? Nothing but almost the most severe shadow card there is. And the reason I say that is because when your mind is twisted, when you are stressed out and anxious, when you are having anxiety and unsure, and you having sleepless nights, you having insomnia because you worried and worried and worried, you wearing yourself out. And that talks about that energy that was spoken on earlier with this moon card. It talks about really being able to use your time wisely, because like I said, at the bottom of the deck was the King of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. You're on your way to another phase of your life where you're going to need to take action, sure action, and you can't do that if you're twisted in the mind, if you're stuck on ruminating about what may have went down. It's holding you back. It's holding you back from taking this leap. How can Scorpio get over that? How can Scorpio get over this Nine of Swords so they can take this leap? It Is this in regards to a person or is this them? Block justice. So for some of you, because the justice came out in the block position, anytime a card comes out long ways to me, it just says that this energy is blocked. So the energy of fairness, balance, harmony is blocked right now, right? And that's what's got you stressed out. There's something in your life that you feel like just isn't fair. So if it's a job loss, you feel like it wasn't fair. If it was a job loss, it could have been for some of you something, and not to say it like that because there's no judgment here. We all have gone through this, maybe not. Lucky for you if you didn't. But sometimes it could have been something that you may have done, Scorpio. So accountability might be needed with this Magician in reverse energy, because it speaks of poor planning, and nothing will knock everything out of balance quicker than poor planning. So poor planning when it comes to work could definitely have something to do with the way you use your time. Coming to work late or being at work multitasking, depending on your environment where you worked at. Like I said, this is not for everybody, but for some of you, that's what it is. If it's romance, all right, let me just finish this with work. So if it's work, to continue that with the Page of Swords, this is a time for you to be prepared to fight for what it is that you want. Be prepared to fight for the justice that you feel like is blocked right now. Find out everything you can. Maybe some of you have a case, and that's for some of you. And I don't know where I got that from, but maybe because if you feel like something isn't fair and justice has been blocked, and the Page of Swords energy is out there, it could be for some of you that you feel like, like I'm just hearing Spirit say, do your research and see if there's any laws or any rules or anything like that you could bring up that might could save your job. And for some of you, I also got the feeling that with that Page of Swords energy being out here with the Magician in reverse, that scattered energy, that Gemini energy, that is a Gemini energy, that scattered energy may have led to you being, incapable of planning correctly to secure your stability, to use your time as wisely as you could. And then with this Knight of Wands energy, it came out in the upright, which is great, because in the reverse, that just would have made that story even worse. But when it comes to work, it's like Spirit saying, but this ending is going to inspire you to take action on what it is that you want, to be passionate, to be driven, to keep fighting. So maybe one door closed, it's like you run into a new door, and maybe more prepared. Like I said, with that King of Wands energy, just knowing what to do next time you're in a position of abundance. You know what I mean? And that's on the work side. On the relationship side, I don't know who this part is for, but it might be time to get away from the individual or the individuals that you attract that are this way. Manipulators, conniving, they know how to use, so the magician knows how to use all of his tools, all of his resources. The magician is very crafty. The magician is the magician. So with the magician energy being there, basically what I'm getting from that really, really strongly is that there might be a narcissist or because that's what it says on the card. I'm not a doctor. I do not diagnose people. I really think everyone should stay away from diagnosing people unless you have some kind of degree. But the traits of a narcissist is what I should say. This individual that might be around you might be that way. The magician is also a Gemini energy. So to have the magician in reverse with the page of swords out here, it really gives me that someone around you is crafty and clever with their words. They know how to manipulate you. They know how to manipulate your energy and get you sucked into maybe some kind of flighty relationship, some kind of situationship with the Knight of Wands being out here. This in a relationship is somebody that's not really around for a long time. They're around for a good time. So maybe in this time of reflection, the thing that you can do is really go inside yourself and ask why you are attracting those energies. Spirit uses relationships as a mirror. The pain of the heart is the thread that leads you to heal the sickness of your soul. So if you're attracting Knight of Wands energies, people that's in your life for a moment, people that's coming around when they want to come around, going, leaving, doing what they want to do whenever they want to do it, if that's what you keep running across, that's a complete mismatch. And that's why you feel like justice has been blocked, justice has not been served in your life, in your love life, because it's in a blocked position. It's there for you to have, but this is a time where Spirit is asking you to use your mind energy differently, Scorpio, and make a plan for what you want for your future. Once you decide what you really want for your future, it'll be easier for you to cut through the bull, the BS. It'll be easier with this sword here, with this page of swords, to use part of that energy a different way. You'll be able to see these types of energies coming, and you will know that they are out of balance with what it is that you want, what it is that you're trying to manifest. You'll know, and you'll stop it. You'll stop it right in its tracks, because that's not what you want. That's not where you're going. Because next, and that's crazy for that to come out, so that's definitely relationship driven for some of you. I do offer personal readings. My email, I'll put it as the first comment, just so if anybody really wants to just reach out. And my readings are $11.11 this week. Next week the number will be different. I'll choose from my angel deck. So finally, we're going to go to your Ten of Cups, and it's very interesting that that's what came out in the Ten of Cups position for you, which is, what is the romantic potential of this relationship? To have this here as what's stressing you out and stopping you from taking a leap of faith. Just to put this into perspective, if you're dealing with a Knight of Wands energy, it's a lot of passion here. The Knight of Wands energy is very passionate. It's very fiery. The sex might be real good, but this person might use that sex to manipulate you. Or it might be a group of, not a group like that, but you know what I mean? It might be a cycle you may have been in attracting people that might give to you that way. If it's not sexually, just energetically, you might have attracted people that just weren't a good fit for the Ten of Cups that you want. Because I'd be damned if a Scorpio want to fly by night. You might need your space, but you also need emotional connectivity. And the Knight of Wands really isn't an emotional sign. It's a passionate sign, but emotions and passion are different. And with this justice being here, something isn't fair. Something isn't balanced with what it is that you're trying to manifest. And that's why the magician is in reverse. It's speaking about not being able to create what it is that you want with the energy that you currently have going on. So let that energy go. That's what's stressing you. Your soul keep nagging at you that there's something there that you can work on to help you out. And it's going to vary from person to person, but something there. It could be abandonment issues. It could be previous hurts and feeling like it's easier to love somebody from a distance. And since you feel like that, you're reflecting that into the universe, and that's what they're bringing you. People that feel the same way, but you don't understand it yet. So your soul really wants you to understand. Like, go inside and see. Sit down and reframe how you're thinking about things when it comes to love, when it comes to the amount of attention you need, when it comes to the amount of connectivity you want to feel when you're with a person, Scorpio spirit. Your spirit is saying go in and figure out how you can let this energy go by letting this energy go, by letting go of these energies that put you there. Because the energy of balance is here. The energy of you manifesting what you want is here. The energy of you learning and being free and experiencing and being curious and being clever yourself and being sociable and lighthearted and talking to people and feeling like you want to be a part of life. Being passionate about what it is that you want to create, that you want to do. All that energy is here. But what's stopping you is somebody in your energy that don't fit right now, or maybe not possibly ever. And that could be work. It could just indeed be work. And I keep circling back to work simply because we started out with the energy of the full moon in Capricorn, and that really speaks so strongly about work and a decision with work. It does talk about relationships though. It does. And it's really asks you to release control of the outcome and allow the universe. I hear allow the universe to surprise you, Scorpio. So for the Ten of Cups, what is it that Scorpio needs to know about? What's the potential of the romantic relationship they have on their mind? You got the Three of Cups in reverse. Overindulgence, heavy partying, isolation, independence, alone time, threes, a crowd, and gossip. In the future energy for your Ten of Cups, you have someone in your energy, and that would be this person. It's not fair, it's not balanced, because three is a crowd. So somebody you're seeing, Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Somebody you're seeing, somebody in your energy. Maybe if it's a work situation with that Page of Three of Cups in reverse energy, it might be a misalignment of values between you and your co-workers. There might be gossip going on at work that might have ended a career for some of you. Just not really the greatest energy for building. It might be breakups of work relationships, as in, you left a job, so certain relationships are just going to no more really exist the way that they did. I mean, you spend 40 hours a week with people. You've developed some kind of working relationship with those folks. Or some of you might have got, I just heard, into like an argument or kicked out of a group of friends at work. What's this Three of Cups about when it comes to Scorpio? Now, romantic wise, see, once again, the message is the message. So pretty much, Scorpio, and what we at? 27 minutes. But you Scorpio though, you like to know. Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is I'm spitting card. When the Ace of Swords show up, it's like, yeah, no, you got it. It's the truth. You see that Three of Cups and the Three of Swords the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups in reverse. That is legit a heartbreak that has happened because of, for the one Scorpio who I know this part definitely resonates with, it was overindulgence in cups. One too many had the phone ringing and somebody ain't want that call, unfortunately, but maybe fortunately, because your values is out of balance with that person's values. So if that person that I know this is about hear this part, that's what happened. Just like we talked about at the table, that's what happened. This motherfucker said, no, you won't call me when you drunk, call somebody else. But it is what it is, because that ain't your one. Because if you want somebody you can have fun with like that, and that goes for the collective, the Scorpio collective. Know yourself and know what you like to do. This person is not a alcoholic per se. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, on the day that I go outside and have a few brews, I'm gonna have a few brews. That's what it is. You know what I mean? It's gonna be what it is. The lit is the lit. And if that person can't share with you or understand that feeling, that vibe, then you need a new person, tribe. It is what it is. And also, for the rest of you, that if you were in a relationship, Scorpio, and it came to an end, good, because look, this person was definitely indulging in other outside energies for real. So that nagging feeling your soul is giving you is the feeling that you truly are dealing with someone that's manipulating you, probably through sex. And you want to know why they in and out your life? It's because they out here trying to see what's going on. They for these streets. It's for these street times, huh? So give me something on this person. For Scorpio, what's this energy about here? Infidel. Hey, Scorpio, I cannot make this TF up. Do you or do you not see this? Zoom in and look at it real good. That joint say infidelity, y'all. This is infidelity right here that led to heartbreak. I'm sorry for some of you. I don't mean to get excited. It's just I love when spirits show up like that and just confirm for me, but really for you, so you can know. Your intuition is nagging you to look at things, and that's what this moon talks about. Going inside yourself and taking an honest assessment. The way that the end of a tough cycle approaches speaks about relationships is that it's time for you to face reality. And the reality, unfortunately, for some of you is, yes, it's true. If you think that this person is on some shit, they on some shit. It just came out. I pulled this deck out of nowhere. It just came out. And I'm not going to go too far into this because if you want a personal reading, I'm going to leave my email. You email me and we'll figure things out from there. 1111. But I'm not going to go too far into it because it's clear. And there's not much more I really want to get into about this right now. But if you guys were dealing with somebody who fidelity was on the table, who monogamy is what you guys agreed to, this person most certainly was out here doing their damn thing with that 3 of Cups in reverse. And it says we are both holding on to secrets, afraid that revealing them will tear us apart, but it's the secrecy or the betrayal itself. Is it the secrecy or the betrayal itself that's doing the most damage? So, Scorpio, y'all like to go deep. And I've known a few Scorpios in my life. You're the kind of sign that could talk to somebody about it. Y'all could talk about it, and then it could just be like, all right, well then, what you trying to do? You trying to be in an open relationship? I seen that happen before, and it worked out for like 5 years for the person. You know, you go through phases in life, and eventually things change, you know what I mean? But like, for a time, you might could live that reality. You might could really live what it is that you want. But the end of the tough cycle, which is this mental torment, is over, especially if you watch this message. It's over. You know already. You see it. If you thought it, you're looking at it. It's true. So now you can make decisions from there. Nobody said your decision has to be to leave. And that's for some Scorpio out there, let me tell you. But with this justice like this in the block, it's there to be had. Harmony can be had. Maybe some of you want the same thing. Maybe some of you out here think, okay, wait. So if you want to go do your thing, I'm going to go do my thing. And if that's the kind of relationship that you want, then the potential for this relationship to last forever is on the table for you. Once you come out of your, holding on to what you're thinking and feeling, maybe open up the floor for the conversation. For those of you that's for. And I don't even really all the way think like that. So that's really for some of you, right? But for the bulk of you that do not want this, with this heartache out here, for the bulk of you who don't want this, who don't want this third party situation, who don't want to be in a third party situation, the time has come for you to make a decision about which one is hurting you more, the secrets or the infidelity. You know how some people be like, it's not even the fact that you cheated, it's the fact that you lied about it, you snuck, you felt like you did all these things. You did all these things. And at not one step of these things did your love for me make you say, let me not do this. That shit hurt. That shit does hurt. But it's time for you to decide to let the thought of it go. The torment of, is it or is it not? It is. So what you need to let go of more than likely is this secret that you're holding. And then you need to let the chips fall as they may. Don't try to control the events after that. Gemini is a sign of communication. Use that energy to communicate what it is that you're feeling, and don't be afraid. Be willing. More Gemini energy. Be willing to be with the shits. That's what this card is also. Being with the shits. With the sword raised. I'm going to say what I got to say. I know what's going on. I know what's going on, buddy. Tell that person you know what's going on. Either you with it or you not. And if you're not, it's decision time. But also, whatever you decide in this, you're right. Because it's a part of your path, right? Whatever you decide. But what they want you to decide the most is to open your eyes. The first time I ever spoke to y'all was about using your eyes. So Scorpio, so I feel like Spirit trying to say he needs y'all to get up from underneath whatever y'all been under and look at what's really going on. Instead of being worried about it, make a plan. You're going to talk about it. You're going to deal with it. You're going to walk away from it. What you going to do? What you gonna do? I wonder. Let me see. What's the most likely outcome in this situation with Scorpio and this individual? Because I'm interested. Because Scorpio, y'all interesting. And some of y'all might really be with the shits. Like, no, for real. Listen, wait. I like everything else about this person. I feel emotionally connected to this person. Maybe if all they want to do right now at this early stage in our relationship, or maybe we've been together for 5, 6, 7 years and I'm a little bored myself. If that's how y'all feel about it, all right. But for the mass collective, what is the outcome of this situation? What is the flow of this situation? After Scorpio let go, open up, and accept the possibility of there being a leap of faith that they can take one way or the other, whichever way it resonates. What's the possible outcome based on these energies for Scorpio and this person or this relationship? It's a relationship. Mimic chess. What seems valuable may hide danger, and images in your daily life serve as a reminder to guard you against a mimic chess. Beware of too good to be true offers and guard your heart against the illusion of wealth. That is so multifaceted. It fits love and it fits work. So for those of you that are looking, because this is the love and money deck. Oh, y'all can't see the box, but it's up there somewhere. This is the love and money deck. I absolutely adore this deck because of what you just now seen. So for me, if it's relationship driven, it's the lies are in your face. You got to open your eyes. You just got to do it. You just got to look at what's really going on right now. If it's work driven, don't be fooled by every offer that comes your way. If it seems too good to be true, it could be a scam. You know they have those scam postings or whatever where they get all this information from you and then rob you of your identity. As if I be always saying, you robbed me of my identity. Let me get a whole new one based on the fact that you didn't screw me over. Thank you. Cause ain't nothing to get. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, some of you really need to just keep your eyes open. The Page of Swords also is the energy of paying close attention to detail, close attention, looking at something with keen eyes. Look at all offers, scrutinize them, because whatever's going on with you and one energy is not really going to end all that great. And it's for those of you that want something monogamous, a 2 of Cups situation, the potential of this relationship doesn't seem to be in line and in flow with your 10 of Cups, what you really want. It doesn't seem to be that way. So let's go ahead and get a couple of little closing messages from Spirit, and then we're going to talk about this closing energy. Closing oracle. Dang, Scorpio, that just made me mad. Like, damn, I hate to see it. But then again, like I said, there's always a dual nature to every energy. Maybe, you know, take it as it resonates. It could be you. But final closing words for Spirit. Scorpio. Resurrection. Shake off the past and rise again. Reinvent yourself and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. This is a time of reinvention. This is a time of shaking off that painful past. This is a time of moving forward from that situation right there that's hurting you. Thrive and believe. Embrace growth and trust in promise. Keep an open mind. Answers reveal the path to fulfillment. Reveal. Okay. Let me get one more. Just because I said reveal. Act with clarity. Focus your intentions. Navigate decisions with clear insight and purpose. What I say. Really, it's about making sure you're in the energy that you want to be in, bringing into your life the things that you want in your life at this time. That's what Spirit wants you to know. That's what Spirit wants you to be about, Scorpio. So this closing energy here we're going to get into. This is the Cosmic Enchantress. And she says, I attract a steady flow of abundance. It says wishcraft describes the intentional practice of making all your wishes come true. This card indicates that it is a potent time of manifesting for you. This card of enchantment reassures you that anything is possible with strong intent, focus, and faith in action. Faith in action. That's that Fool. You let go of that 9 of Swords. You can have faith in the action of taking a leap. It says your unique brand of magic manifests miracles in your life, and you are a powerful conjurer. harnessing everything you need to attract a steady flow of abundance to you. Loving intention draws love toward you. Take a leap of trust and you will be supported and rewarded. That is your reading, Scorpio. Take a leap of trust. Take a leap of belief, Scorpio, and you will be rewarded. I want to thank you for stopping by. I hope you got something out of this. I hope you're taking the time to heal. I want you to keep in mind that Spirit uses the pain of the heart as the thread that leads you to heal the sickness of your soul. Take this time and use that hangman energy to really reframe how and why all of this happened. Take that time to reframe how you see what you really want and be honest with yourself. You never know how things could turn out. Let the universe surprise you. Thanks for being here. Peace.